This episode, I have got a special guest joining us. He knows Townsville very well, so let's welcome Matt Melanphy. We are on the road again, and this time I travel with Matt. Matt, you are born in Townsville, right?
Yep, I'm born here. About 200,000 people here in Townsville.
And what is so good about Townsville?
Well, it's like one of the entry points for the Great Barrier Reef. There's lots of highlights here. It has a fantastic island right nearby called Magnetic Island, which is unusual because it's built of granite boulders and big cypress pines.
So how we can get to the Magnetic Island?
We can take the ferry over there. In fact, you can take your own car over there on the car ferry or a passenger ferry. Very close, 20 minutes.
So it's a lot of things to do then.
Lots.
And hopefully this video can change your mind about Townsville. Here we go. Our first stop in Townsville is top of the hill. Where are we, Matt?
We're in Castle Hill, which is quite unique. It's right in the center of the city. And you can see around 360 all around, out to Magnetic Island in the distance here, right over to Mount Stewart. I mean, it really is a fantastic pinnacle for being able to view the city. I said it's unique because it's about 6 meters short from being a mountain. And back in the 1960s, and you'll probably see some footage here from Bowie, that there was some university students who painted a saint right on the side of a very sheer cliff. They abseiled down there and no one ever knew who they were. And recently I found out that it was the father of one of my friends, and it's quite iconic in the city. Things about Castle Hill, everyone walks up here. Lots of people walk up here each day for exercise. It's a fantastic
I can see
place.
a lot of family and friends come over here and have a hiking. It's easy to hike here.
Easy to hike here, easy to drive the car up here as well. So it doesn't take long, maybe about 8 to 10 minutes to drive the car up the side of the hill. Very slowly, of course.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do some footage and let you view this beautiful Castle Hill.
In the distance over here is Mount Stewart. Well, that's the legitimate mountain in Townsville. Another one of its iconic rocks. Again, that can change color depending on how wet this season is, but it often gives off this blue tinge. It's a really beautiful mountain. And that's on the edge of the Laverack Barracks, which is what houses the biggest army contingent in Australia.
Thank goodness for last couple day rain. This nickname Brownsville no longer brown. It's very greenery. Look at this beautiful luxe green color on my background. Matt, where are you taking us next?
Well, soon we're going to go down to the Strand here. See where the beachfront is and the tall white building is? That's the very famous Strand in Townsville. We'll speak more about that when we're there. But also, if you pan over towards the right here, Bowie, that's the Townsville Harbour. And that's where the ferries leave, and obviously the industry comes in and out. Plus there's the quite well-known casino over there on the foreshore. This is a really iconic part of the town, and you'll see when I show you the Strand.
Okay.
This here is Trabuc Pool, which I think is one of the most beautiful pools in Australia. It's quite famous for many years because it was where the Australian Olympic team used to train. In fact, in this pool, Dawn Fraser set a world record. Great pool. I mean, the surrounds here are stunning. I mean, we've now entered into the area of what we call the Strand, or the Strand Esplanade.
Okay.
Well, this is the famous Strand, which is a long stretch of beach that goes all the way from the harbour right down to Geoffrey Barracks. In fact, it's about 2.2 kilometres long, and it's really like the heartbeat of Townsville. So many families come down here, evening walks, people exercise. You have a water park on one end, and incredible views everywhere, and plenty of retail, lots of cafes, lots of places for people to stay and live, and incredible views of Magnetic Island over there in the distance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, some of them are nice, so she'll find where to hang the jewelry. Otherwise, yeah, we don't want to jar it. So they come.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
But then chasing a ring, I think.
Sean, you do that?
This snail.
No, snail, sorry.
Yeah.
Sean does
So
this?
Sean's normally with me on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yep. And so Sean's in my shed and he makes all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where Sean is. He's gone for a
He
walk.
went walkabout.
Yeah, and he's gone for like what, half an hour.
Kissing Point Fort and Jessing Barracks, located 2.5 kilometers north of Townsville CBD, is now a 15-ha open space with walking trails, indigenous and military history interpretation, and 32 public artworks. Originally gazetted in 1886, the fort was part of Queensland's coastal defence, with key elements from 1891 restored. It played roles in the Boer War, WWII, housing training encampments in 1941. The area was renamed Jessing Barracks after a military victory in Beirut, after the Kennedy Regiment returned. But by the late 1960s, the site was no longer needed for defense, leading to the establishment of the Australian Army Museum of North Queensland. Originally, I want to show you this incredible sculpture. It is called the Ocean Sirens. It changed color based on a real-time sea temperature data from the Great Barrier Reef. But the sculpture was temporarily removed due to the wear and tear, including the loss of one of its arms. Talking about sculpture and art, we are going to Perc Regional Art Gallery. Why? Because I think it is the best ceramic awards exhibition in Australia. I will show you why, and you will see for yourself. I also put the organization video for you. It is including all the details, all the different artists, plus who is the winner of 2024.
Welcome to the biennial North Queensland Ceramic Awards in 2024. These awards date back over 50 years to 1973. Originally conceived by the North Queensland Potters Association, they've continued to flourish through Townsville City Gallery's partnership with the Potters Association. The North Queensland Ceramic Awards are now widely regarded as one of the most prestigious ceramic awards nationwide. This year, Townsville City Galleries received a record 183 entries from around the nation, with 84 finalists who've gone on to display their works in the exhibition. A significant contingent of these are from North and Far North Queensland, demonstrating the strength of ceramic practice in our region.
For me, the significance of an exhibition like the North Queensland Ceramic Awards is really imperative in our society today. Without the opportunity to exhibit works like this, we would be asking ourselves, what are we doing and why are we doing this? It brings a sense of well-being. It helps with problem solving, which can stand you in good stead with other life experiences.
The works are frequently sensuous, surprising, personal, and sometimes loads of fun. We have highly experienced ceramicists experimenting with form, technique, and material, and earlier career artists for whom ceramics is part of an expanded art practice.
I chose Of Motherhood as the major award winner. It showed the lovely fluidity of clay, the qualities that I wanted to see clay expressing. It was thought-provoking. I wanted to read the text and I was trying to sort of stretch around the form. And there's a QR code that people can scan and all the stories will come up. So you can actually read the text. It was very clever. Out of the 84 entries, what there were, there's some really high quality work here. For any judge that came in, it's not an easy task.
Townsville City Galleries is enormously thankful to our sponsors, to our rigorous panel of judges, to all artists for entering the awards, and to you, our audiences. Welcome to the 2024 North Queensland Ceramic Awards.
The other beautiful days in Townsville, and this morning we are going to Magnetic Island. Matt's sister letting us borrow her car to get to the island, so we are taking a car ferry. It is a bit pricey than a regular ferry ride, but it's way more convenient for showing you around this gorgeous island. Here is the price if you are interested in crossing over.
Okay, you can see that we're here on the car ferry. We've just left Townsville. We're headed over to Magnetic Island. We've chosen the car ferry because I'm here with some family members and we're able to take their car. But let's speak about the passenger ferry. The passenger ferry is run by SeaLink, and that's costs for a return trip. And this is what I suggest if you're a tourist. Return trips around about $38 if you book online. Now, the car ferry here is a lot more expensive. That's about $250, but you get to take your own car. If you're a passenger, it's a good idea to take the SeaLink and perhaps hire a car over there. And that way you can get around the island with far greater ease. Well, here we are, first stop at Geoffrey Bay, where you're guaranteed to be able to see the rock wallabies here. Now, you've got to be careful not to feed them any type of food that you think is right, but they do have these pellets that you can buy over at the Arcadia hotel nearby. But again, as I said, a guaranteed spot to be able to see the rock wallabies. There's also a beautiful ocean out there as well, off here with lots of colourful fish just off the side. So here we are at the National Park. Now, the National Park on Magnetic Island takes up 2/3 of the area. And the actual spot we're at here is the entrance to the Fort Walk. Now, it's called the Forts for obvious reason, because it's a great lookout spot at the top here on the hill. And it was a lookout spot for any invading forces from Japan. Also along this walk is, it's quite famous for sighting koalas, etc., in their natural habitat. Make sure though that you take plenty of sunscreen, water, hat, because it's quite a lengthy walk and it can be up and downhill, but a wonderful spot.
So Matt, why is it called Magnetic Island?
Well, it's called Magnetic Island because when Captain James Cook sailed past en route to Australia, he noticed that his compasses played up and he was sure that the island itself had some sort of magnetic force. However, that's turned out to be a fallacy. The locals don't actually call it Magnetic Island. In fact, they just call it Maggie.
Well, it's a beautiful one.
Well, now that we've finished our 4-kilometre walk to the forts and back, you can make your way down by car or by bus to the northern part of the island, which is Horseshoe Bay. Now, Horseshoe Bay has a fantastic long beach, named Horseshoe because of the shape, of course, but it also has wonderful restaurants here, some good retail shopping. On Sundays, they have a market from 9 till 2. Now, also another hidden gem that we have nearby here that not many people know about is this little butterfly area, and it's filled with thousands of butterflies in around about winter, which is about July, August, and it's nearby, just tucked behind Horseshoe Bay.
We always have a great time on the island. If you are taking a regular ferry, this is the Nelly Bay ferry terminal. But now it's time for us to head back and get ready for our special family dinner. Tonight we are going to the restaurant. It's called Jam Corner. Jam Corner is an award-winning restaurant located in Townsville, overlook the CBD and the Ross River. The staff are super nice. They let us sit outside just for our own family. I would say it is the best restaurant in Townsville, and also it is a perfect restaurant for our farewell to Townsville. Thank you, Matt, for being our special guest, and I hope you guys like this video too. Also, if you can hit the like button, subscribe, and also turn on the notification, it will be lovely. See you at the next destination.